What if I told you that centuries before the smallpox vaccine was invented in the West, an enslaved Yoruba man's knowledge saved hundreds of lives in Boston? What if I told you that ancient Yoruba spirituality understood gender equality so profoundly that it taught women were essential co-creators from the beginning, not afterthoughts? What if I told you that the Yoruba people knew there was only one supreme God, and they built a spiritual system so sophisticated that it made other civilizations look primitive? Long before missionaries arrived with their translations and misconceptions, long before the world reduced spirituality to simple labels, the Yoruba possessed wisdom that would shake the foundations of everything you think you know about African spirituality. They understood that the supreme being, Olodumare, the owner of endless creation, was beyond human comprehension, beyond temples. And in divine wisdom, Olodumare created divine generals, intermediaries who governed different spheres of existence, each representing a fundamental philosophy of life itself. These weren't gods and goddesses. The Yoruba were never polytheists. These were deities, manifestations of Olodumare's attributes, divine mediators between humanity and the Almighty Creator. The Yoruba never worshipped these deities. They venerated them as mediums, following divine protocol and cosmic order to access Olodumare's power. They understood hierarchy, order, and the proper way to approach the Supreme Being depending on what sphere of life you're navigating. Today on the Top 10 Yoruba YouTube channel, we're counting down the top 10 Yoruba deities and the philosophies of life they represent. From medical innovation to gender equality, from moral accountability to technological advancement, prepare to discover a spiritual system more sophisticated than anything you've been taught. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon. Starting at number 10 is Obaluaye, the deity who understood disease, healing, and immunity long before modern medicine existed. Obaluaye governs infectious diseases and healing, embodying one of life's most profound dualities, the power to both cause illness and possess the cure. What makes Obaluaye extraordinary is what the Yoruba learned through him, the concept of immunity and inoculation. Long before Edward Jenner developed the smallpox vaccine in 1796, the Yoruba people practiced variolation, a form of smallpox inoculation. And here's where history gets fascinating. In 1721, when smallpox ravaged Boston, killing 14% of the population, an enslaved West African man named Onisimus, likely of Yoruba descent, introduced this Yoruba medical wisdom to America. Despite racist mockery and accusations that African medicine was primitive, physician Zabdiel Boylston tested the method. The results were undeniable. Only 2% of inoculated people died, compared to 14% among those who contracted smallpox naturally. Onisimus's knowledge, rooted in Obaluaye's healing concept, saved hundreds of lives and laid the foundation for modern vaccination. At number 9 is Aje, the deity of pure, unapologetic economic power. While other deities govern complex elemental domains, Aje is direct. Aje governs commerce, wealth, prosperity, and the economy. In Yoruba land, Monday is called Ojo Aje, the day of Aje, marking the first day of commerce in the week. The Yoruba understood that Monday represents the beginning of economic activity, the day when markets open, when business resumes. Merchants offer sacrifices to Aje to ensure their businesses thrive and customers multiply. Aje represents the philosophy that economics and spirituality are inseparable. The Yoruba never made the Western mistake of divorcing money from morality or business from spirituality. Aje teaches that wealth is not evil, it's a divine principle. But wealth comes with responsibility. To receive Eje's blessings, you must trade fairly, honor commitments, support your community, and acknowledge that prosperity isn't just personal, it's communal. Coming in at number 8 is Oya, the fierce warrior deity who commands transformation and the winds of change. Oya is the deity of winds and storms. Where other deities might negotiate, Oya doesn't. She transforms. She doesn't ask permission for change. She brings it, whether you're ready or not. Oya teaches us that feminine power isn't always gentle. She's fierce, uncompromising, protective of the vulnerable, and merciless toward injustice. When Oya arrives, everything changes. Storms clear the air, winds scatter what's stale, and transformation becomes unavoidable. What makes Oya philosophically profound is her relationship with death. She guards the cemetery not with fear, but with authority, understanding that death is simply another transformation. Number 7 is Olokun, the deity of unfathomable wealth hidden in ocean depths. While other deities govern accessible waters like rivers, Olokun rules the mysterious deep where unimaginable treasures lie hidden. The ocean floor holds minerals and riches beyond imagination, but accessing them requires courage and willingness to venture into darkness. People petition Olokun for great riches and financial stability, but Olokun doesn't reward the timid. Olokun's wealth goes to those willing to dive deep, to explore their own depths, to face what's hidden within themselves. Olokun teaches that surface living produces surface results, that profound wealth requires profound inner work. Taking number 6 is Esu, perhaps the most misunderstood deity in the Yoruba pantheon. Western missionaries equated Esu with Satan, creating one of history's most damaging theological errors. Let's be clear, Esu is not Satan. Esu is the divine messenger, the helper, the deity who presides over crossroads and all points of choice and transition. Esu facilitates communication between humans and Olodumare. He carries sacrifices to the divine realm, delivers prayers, and brings back blessings. Without Esu, there is no connection between the human and divine realms. This is why Esu must be acknowledged first, before any other deity. You honor the messenger before sending the message. Esu represents something deeper, moral complexity and consequence. He sympathizes with the afflicted and has solutions for every problem. However, Esu also tests character. He reveals truth, exposes deception, and ensures actions have consequences. If you approach spiritual matters with pure intentions, Esu helps you. If you try to cheat or manipulate, Esu will expose you. Esu's philosophy is profound. Life is about choices, and every choice leads somewhere. Crossroads represent decision points where your choices determine your destiny. At number 5 is Sango, the deity who demonstrates that power without justice is tyranny. Sango, the deity of thunder, lightning and fire, represents justice and strategic power. There was a primordial Sango, a deity of warfare and thunder, before the historical Sango, who became the third Alafin of Oyo. Sango is fierce and uncompromising about justice. He hates crime, detests corruption, and cannot be bribed. When invoked, Sango exposes thieves and punishes wrongdoing without mercy. Sango represents the proper use of power. His philosophy teaches that authority comes with responsibility, that strength must serve justice, and that leaders who abuse power face consequences. Sango embodies masculine strength, channeled through moral principles. He shows us that true power protects the weak, punishes the wicked, and maintains social order. In a world full of corrupt leaders, Sango stands as a reminder that divine justice is real, unavoidable, and incorruptible. Taking number 4 is Yemaja, the great mother of the ocean, embodying unconditional love and boundless protection. Yemaja is the mother deity of the ocean, representing motherhood, nurturing, and protection. Her ocean is different from Olokun's deep trenches. Yemaja governs the life-giving aspects of the ocean, the waters that sustain life, the maternal energy that protects and provides. She is the mother of many deities and all humanity. Yemaja teaches that motherhood is divine, that nurturing is power, and that the strongest force in the universe is creation and preservation, not destruction. She represents that every human deserves protection, that families must be nurtured, and that communities thrive when maternal wisdom guides decision. Coming in at number 3 is Oshun, the deity whose story reveals that the Yoruba understood gender equality long before it became a modern conversation. Oshun, the deity of sweet waters, love, and fertility, represents one of the most revolutionary truths in African spirituality, that nothing works without feminine participation. Here's the story that should be taught everywhere. When Olodumare sent 17 primordial deities to prepare earth for humanity, Oshun was the only female. The male deities excluded her from their planning, dismissed her wisdom, and attempted to complete their mission without her, and they failed completely. Nothing worked. The earth remained barren and lifeless. Exhausted, they returned to Olodumare, who asked simply, "Did you consult Oshun?" The male deities realized their catastrophic error. They returned to Oshun, apologized, and begged for her help. Only then, with Oshun's participation, with her sweet waters and feminine wisdom, did life flourish on earth. This is ancient Yoruba wisdom teaching what Abrahamic religions missed. Women are not afterthoughts created second. They're co-creators from the beginning, essential and irreplaceable. Oshun's story establishes that masculine energy without feminine balance produces nothing. Number 2 is Ogun, the master of iron who gave humanity technology. Ogun is the deity of metallurgy, war, and all work involving iron and tools. He was the first blacksmith, the pioneer who mastered transforming raw metal into tools and instruments of civilization. Led the path for other deities to enter Earth using an iron machete. Without Ogun's tools, there would be no agriculture, no construction, no modern infrastructure. Ogun is the patron of blacksmiths, hunters, warriors, and anyone who works with metal or machines. In Yoruba land, people swear oaths on iron in Ogun's name, and you dare not swear with Ogun in vain. Ogun represents the principle that human progress depends on mastery of materials, that civilization advances through technological innovation. He teaches that technology is sacred, work is worship, and craftsmanship is prayer. We honor Olodumare not just through prayer, but through skillful work, and human beings are meant to be creators and builders. And finally, at number 1, Obatala, the divine sculptor who shapes humanity and represents the highest moral principles. Obatala is the deity of creation, purity, and wisdom. Olodumare tasked Obatala with creating earth and molding human beings from clay. But here's where the story becomes profound. While molding human forms, Obatala drank palm wine and became intoxicated. In his drunken state, he created some humans with disabilities. When he sobered up and realized what he'd done, he was consumed with remorse. He didn't make excuses. Instead, Obatala made a sacred vow. He vowed never to drink again and declared himself the eternal protector of all people with disabilities. Every human with physical or mental challenges is sacred to Obatala under his special protection, a responsibility he takes because his own mistake created him. This is extraordinary theology. Unlike religions where divine beings are infallible while humanity bears all blame, Yoruba spirituality shows a deity who makes a mistake, feels genuine remorse, and commits to lifelong atonement. Obatala's story teaches that mistakes don't define you. How you respond does, and that taking responsibility requires lifetime commitment. Obatala represents moral perfection as aspiration, not assumption. He governs wisdom and ethical behavior. His color is white, symbolizing purity and truth. His followers wear white and abstain from alcohol. Obatala teaches that everyone, regardless of physical ability, is a sacred creation worthy of protection. He represents that our moral character matters more than physical perfection. But there's one more figure we must discuss, the Grand Unifier, who connects all these deities and brings their wisdom to humanity, Orunmila. Orunmila, also called Ifa, holds a unique position as second only to the Supreme Being and the witness to creation itself. While other deities govern specific domains, Orunmila was present when Olodumare created everything. He witnessed the formation of the universe, the assignment of each deity to their sphere, and the destiny of every human who would ever exist. This makes Orunmila extraordinary. He knows the secrets of all the deities. He knows when to call upon Ogun for strength, Oshun for creativity, Sango for justice, or Obatala for purity. He is the divine problem solver who gave humanity the Ifa divination system. UNESCO recognized it as intangible cultural heritage of humanity. Orunmila represents the philosophy that wisdom conquers all obstacles, that knowledge is humanity's greatest weapon, and that every problem has a solution. He is the unifying force, reminding us that all these deities work together as one cosmic order designed by Olodumare to help humanity thrive. And there you have it, the top 10 Yoruba deities and the philosophies of life they represent. From Obaluaye's wisdom about immunity to Obatala's lessons on accountability, these deities represent a sophisticated spiritual system that understood monotheism, moral complexity, gender equality, and social responsibility long before these became modern conversation. The Yoruba knew that there is one supreme being, Olodumare, who governs all existence through divine order. They venerated these deities as divine generals and intermediaries, not as separate gods. Which deity's philosophy resonated most with you? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If you learned something new, please like, share, and subscribe to Top 10 Yoruba YouTube channel. Until next time, remember, you come from a people who understood divine order, respected cosmic protocols, and knew that true spirituality recognizes one supreme being manifesting through countless expressions of divine truth.